and welcome back to Single Sounds, the only podcast that helps you listeners find a date. I am Katie Mack, the host and creator of Single Sounds, and this is the start of my How to December series. The reason I decided to do this was because I find that when you're single, December can be a bit of a tricky time. Not everyone wants to meet new people. It's a bit of a tough time to start dating someone new because Christmas is around the corner and everyone's so busy with so many festive plans. So I thought it might be more valuable, instead of showcasing singles for this month, to try and help you guys out with some topics that I think are really important and hopefully give you some really valuable information about how to really put your best foot forward if you are looking to date in 2024, which is selfishly me. So we've just had the Northern November series, and my first dating expert, we actually still recorded in Manchester, so it's a nice segue. We're still in the north, and Eden Heath is an LGBTQ plus dating expert, podcast host, and lifelong hopeless romantic, a man after my own heart. He is the driving force behind the Queer Love Stories podcast, which is a beautiful podcast that I really endorse, that is all about sharing positive love stories, and Eden encourages his listeners to find inspiration, connection, and hope within the diverse tales of love that he shares. As well as discussing the podcast, I talked to Eden all about the many aspects of modern dating, from breakups, introducing people to new partners, regional dating differences, to the best pieces of dating advice Eden has to offer, and an absolute stellar breakdown of the 7 levels of how to eventually get to that official status within a relationship, which I really enjoyed. Hello, welcome to Single Sounds, where we record in a sex hotel now in Manchester.
The famous Grinder Hotel of Manchester.
Eden has just informed me that this is the Grinder Hotel, and my bed is really kind of gross.
And I'd just like to say, I don't know that from experience. That is through
it's
friends.
True. Good to
good
to clear
clarify.
that up. Let's find out about you. You're my dating expert of the day.
I know, I can't believe I'm a dating expert now.
Yeah, own it.
Very fake it till you make it, but I'm kind of there for it.
Well, yeah. Before we get into the podcast and your dating expertise, let me know, who are you sexually attracted to?
So I am sexually attracted to men.
Nice.
Shock horror, I'm gay. With
horror.
a podcast called Queer Love Stories. But
just, I don't know, you could be just a really keen ally.
I could be an ally, yes,
Yeah.
but no, I'm not. I mean, I guess I am an ally as well, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also an ally to myself and my community.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
Yeah, I think so. And what are you looking for when you are dating and / in a relationship?
Well, see, for me, it's all about someone's ambition, drive, and motivations like matching up.
Yeah.
I feel like if there's a bit of an imbalance there, because I'm very full on, like, king of the side hustle, busiest man in Leeds, as people famously call me. So yeah, I'm always kind of like running to and from the next thing. So someone that can kind of keep up with that
energy
and drive, to want to, like, I say succeed, but what a success means different things to different people. But,
I guess it's like your level of success.
Yeah.
Like, you have a vision and you want to get there. It doesn't necessarily have to be earning the most. It's just like,
as long as they're happy, as long as they've got drive for whatever they want to do to achieve, then that's cool with me. It doesn't matter what it's in, what they're doing.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. I definitely look for the same. I also think if you're that kind of person, you need someone who's going to be understanding of when, stuff pops up and it's important to whatever your goal is, and you just have to kind of go for it.
Oh god, yeah, because when things come up I cannot say no.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, exactly. Yeah, I'll do it.
I think they have to kind of get that's the reason you're doing it, is to move forward in that vision.
But I will always try and prioritize that person as well. So if I do agree to do something that maybe if we'd have had something planned that day, I would try and fit it around and make it work. Like today.
Yeah, you have done that today.
I have done that today. And you asked me to come here.
Your bae was very great.
Yes.
All green flags, tick, tick, tick.
Super green flag. He was like, yeah, super spotty. I was like, would you want to come to Manchester and we'll make a day out of it, go for drinks and food after? And he was like, yeah, perfect. So,
that's so
best of both worlds, really.
Yeah, love that. And that's what you need, just someone that will, like, not get stressed out, be flexible and be like, I want to still spend time with you, but we can also make this work.
Exactly, because you've got your own person. You're independent of that person. So you need to kind of not lose that. And I think sometimes I've had a habit of doing that, maybe, of maybe losing myself in someone else and what they want to do.
Yeah, it's easy to do, I think.
Yeah. And then when you want to do your own thing, it's a bit of a shock because they're like, what the fuck? Why are you not?
Yeah, and then to them, that's then a change.
Yeah.
And actually, you should have just done that from the beginning.
Yeah, because otherwise you're just setting yourself up to fail.
Yeah, exactly. And they think you've all changed and you're like, whoops, actually, I just wasn't being myself.
Yeah, I just lied to you. That's what I was doing.
Oh, sorry. That's really funny. But on this topic of what you're looking for, you've recently been lucky in love, do we say?
I mean, I have, yes, but I do have like 7 layers of dating.
Okay.
Kind of like akin to the 7 layers of hell, but more fun.
But better.
Yeah, but better. Still quite hot and steamy though. So
yeah, nice.
We're probably, in fact, do you want me to go through the levels first?
Yeah, I feel like we need the whole like spiel of what goes on.
So firstly, have level 1, which is casually dating without sex.
Okay.
Then you have level 2, casually dating with sex.
Nice.
And that could be 1 date, could be 10 dates, could be an hour. And then following on from, so level 3 then is you're exclusive. However, you haven't had a chat surrounding exclusivity with each other.
Oh, so you're exclusive.
So you feel exclusive with that
in
person.
Your mind. Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't want them to get with anyone else.
No.
And
you think that's the vibe, but you haven't had the actual chat.
Yeah, exactly.
I love this.
And then we're going to exclusive because you've had a conversation.
Level 4.
Yeah, level 4. We're exclusive now.
But not official?
Not official,
Got
no.
you. I love this. We need this clarity.
We actually really do.
We should write this out. I'm writing this out.
Then we've got level 5, which is consciously coupling.
Okay, so official.
No, we're not official yet. Whoa.
What's this?
So you're consciously both, like, you've had that chat.
Yeah.
It's moving towards a relationship.
Okay.
But you're just kind of like going with it. This one is the only stage where you'll be it for a very limited time.
So
it's like a week long, this stage.
Okay.
It's fleeting.
And you're like, you know it's going in that direction, you think, quite quickly, but you've not then had that next chat.
The next chat,
right.
Yeah. Then we have committed.
This is level 6.
Level 6 is committed.
Okay.
So you've had your chats, you're committed
Calling
to each other.
titles now.
No titles
Oh!
yet. I know.
I keep jumping the gun.
You're really ready for it, aren't you?
Ready for the titles. I'm just thinking our like, I don't know, like modern
society.
Yeah, our modern dating methods are just fucked up because we can't seem to just get to titles, which is clearly level 7.
Which is why I've got 7 levels.
Yeah,
shit.
This is what I mean. Wait. So 6. Can we go back to 6?
6 is a committed. So you've had a conversation.
Everyone knows.
You've kind of like met the friends. Maybe you're feeling like we're moving towards a relationship.
Maybe met the family. Still a bit early.
Depends on your
you.
preference. And then you move in a relationship, and that is when you've got the labels of
7 is labels.
Official.
It's fucking.
In the olden days, it would have been called Facebook official.
Yeah, no one does that anymore. Do you know what? Actually, that's really gutting. I'm married to my best friend on Facebook, but she's actually getting married this month.
Oh my god! So she's going to divorce
I know
you.
I'm going to be divorced.
Oh my god!
I said to her, like, "Are you going to change that?" And she was like, yeah, I think I might have to.
Do you know what I'll do? Just to hide the shame, I'll just delete Facebook.
I think now you can set it to like don't show.
Yeah, don't show people.
But I think back in the day you couldn't do that. So it's say like Katie McNamara has been divorced. I might leave it on because it's kind of funny, but like,
you could just make the whole wedding day about you then.
Because we did it back in uni. It was like a sign to say we're never putting whoever we're dating as that because we'll most likely have to remove them one day, and that's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
So we were like, we'll just set it as each other, and then no one will ever have to be set.
Yeah.
But now she's actually getting married. Tragic. And I'm still single. But yeah. So where are we on the levels?
So where am I on the levels currently? So last week, we were consciously coupling.
5.
6. Yeah, 5. Yeah,
5.
You know better than I do.
Yeah, see, I've got them.
6. Now we're in 6 because that's like a week ago.
Yeah,
we're committed. You kind of got to just go with it.
Okay.
Have that conversation.
Yeah. So the next stage is the titles.
Yeah.
But we're not there yet.
Yeah.
But it will probably be imminently.
It's working towards. Yeah. But I think for
maybe
me,
even today.
No, not today.
Oh, okay. But you're like, no, silly bitch. She doesn't know anything.
We've probably got about 3 more weeks left of committed.
Yeah, you're well versed in this. I am just going to interrupt this recording from the future to let you all know that I actually predicted this right, and Eden and his partner did actually reach level 7 on this Manchester date night evening. So I'm actually psychic, and I can't believe I predicted that. And obviously I needed to give the people what they want, the updates. Everyone loves the updates. So yeah, very exciting. Back to the episode.
Well, do you know what? I think what it is, especially in like the gay world specifically, but
interesting.
It's kind of like an air of like commitment phobia. I think we have that as society in general anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's like a youthful thing that my parents would be like, all of you just can't seem to commit.
It's because everyone's so like disposable now. With, like dating apps, you can swipe and find someone new in a second.
Unlimited choice.
Yeah. So people have that restraint to actually full on commit as early as we probably did younger, or so I kind of think that's probably why these levels exist. For me, I created them. They're not.
No, but I like them.
Not like official science.
Official science. Well, they may as well be.
I know. I think she might write a book about it.
I understood them. You should list
pretty
them
short
out.
book, but
no, because you could go in
how to move on to the next level.
Exactly.
Oh God, this is.
I think it'd be a really good book.
Ooh.
And also, you could say like within each level, like what kind of dates you could do, like what's appropriate,
what the boundaries.
Gift-wise. Like people always ask
how to have those conversations to move up the next level.
Exactly, like leveling up, leveling down. I don't know, I feel like maybe you don't want it to progress. How do you level down? Like,
how do you level down? That is a really big conversation though as well. Because
I think this book's got a lot of layers.
Oh my God.
I went 10%.
Yes. I can maybe I'll get you to do a chapter in there on something.
Yeah. Ooh, I love it.
This is exciting. There's good things happening there.
It's so good. Well, I mean, this is part of the book because my question was going to be like, do you have any advice for anyone that's feeling like maybe in a bit of a slump when you finally, you've got yourself into this nice situation where you're happy with someone? It's quite good to reflect back and be like, past me could have done with this, knowing that this is like coming up.
Yeah, I think it's difficult because when I was dating, I'm very much just like in that moment, and I really, really try not to think too much about the future, which is very difficult because you can get so caught up in it. Like you can go on a date with someone,
I'm terrible,
and you've married them by the time you finish your first drink.
Literally in my mind.
Yeah.
I can see it all. Yeah. It's terrible.
The flower girl dresses.
I think we all do it though.
Yeah, the arrangements.
I think everyone. The colour scheme.
The colour scheme. Oh, yeah.
I'm not very good at that. I've never planned that far. I think I'm a bit weird in that respect. I've never got to the stage where I've planned the colours.
Yeah, I think the colours depends on the time of year.
And like, I don't know. But I know people that have literally like scrapbooked it.
Yeah, but you know what? That's also like scary because then you're just planning a wedding and the other person could just slot in.
Yeah, where they're going to slot. I think that's why I haven't, because I think I'd like to build it with someone.
Yeah, because
I don't actually have like a perfect idea of what it would look like. I could get married outside, inside, anywhere.
It depends on the person you're with, because actually that's why you're getting married. It's for you and someone else joining together. It's not
about you. Yeah. I mean, it is about you.
Well, yeah.
Both of you.
I'd like it to be about 55% about me.
I think I'm more on the 60%.
Yeah, I was being like conservative.
But then I feel like as a cis woman, that's just kind of stereotypical, isn't it? I think it's always like geared towards, the woman cares about the wedding a lot more. So I'm kind of assuming I'll get most of the decisions and I'll be happy about that.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough. See. Expensive dress, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ring, everything. It's all going to be expensive. I want expensive. Yeah, I say I'm not like fussy, but I'm not going budget. I'm not,
No, I mean, like I say, it depends. I mean,
I think if I need to spend less, I'll just have less people. I think that's how I've always envisioned it in my mind. Like, I still want everyone to have the best day. And if I can't afford that, I'll just cut the guest list, not the things.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
So yeah, just people that
only 5 people can come. That's
no
fine.
plus ones. I mean, I love how I'm saying this. Like, I just like to stay in the moment and like I'm talking about weddings.
And now you're like, I have thought about it.
No, I just think
but I think what you were saying is you're conscious not to get ahead of yourself.
Yeah, because it is really easy to.
Yeah.
And actually, another thing is that it can be really overwhelming, especially when you swipe in and you get all that fatigue of just looking at your phone, starting the same conversations. One thing I hated was people asking me how my weekend was.
It's so
Oh,
funny.
it's so infuriating.
It's like someone literally just said that too. They hate when someone says, how was work?
Oh, God.
Like, another dead question.
Yeah, just honestly.
How's your weekend? I can see it, and you're just like, good, thanks. Oh.
Yeah, no, I just don't actually reply.
Yeah. It's like, no.
Sorry, you're not for me. But no, I just think it can get really overwhelming. I think the best thing to do is just stay positive and actually be fine to like take a break when you need it. I went through so many like kind of deletions of apps.
Yeah.
Re-downloading
like
the
this
apps.
cycle.
Yeah. Trying to meet people in real life. Then being like, actually, and as long as you're really happy by yourself, it honestly does not matter about another person. Then someone will kind of come into your life. But I think, especially for myself, like I went through a breakup in September last year.
Okay.
So 2022.
Yeah.
And since then, like I've been on such a journey of trying to find myself again, independent of a relationship.
Yeah, it's hard.
And utilise my new self-confidence from that relationship, which I'd gained, but then trying to rebuild myself even more. And that's what I needed to do. And then now I actually feel like, as much as I always said, I'm never getting into a relationship ever again. Don't want to do it. Like, I'm happy being single and by myself for the rest of time because I don't need somebody.
That's when they come along.
Then they come along, and then you find yourself going back into those. I mean, I am someone that I think another one of my things is I probably get quite into it quite quick.
Yeah.
Like I just wear my heart on my sleeve, but then people probably first meet me and think I'm probably quite cold and like shut off.
Really?
Yeah, like on a romantic sense.
Okay. Yeah.
Not like
I was gonna say.
Yeah, in a romantic sense. Very guarded. But then
I was like, you're so warm.
Yeah. But then literally a few weeks in,
you like break down a bit.
Yeah, I'm like one of those people I could probably say I love you after like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My record is bad for that. My friends say,
but when you feel it, you feel it.
Yeah, and I'm also not afraid of it. Like I think for some people that's such a big thing to say. Yeah. I say that to anyone that's of any value in my life, so I don't find it that. It's not that I don't think it's important. I just like I love a lot of people, and I'm easy to love.
And now we're going to get into my 6 layers of love.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I don't
know. No, because like I've seen that. Loads of other languages have loads of words for like friendship love and romantic love. I think we do need that because that's why I don't hold lots of weight to that word, because I use it for my friends and family all the time. Yeah. Like I always hang up the phone and say love you. Bye.
I do get that. And I think you're right in that it's different for friendship, family, even like sexually and like romantically as well. There's different types of love that you can feel.
I think we're not very good at communicating the like romantic sense of love. I think it's for some people it's just such a big deal. And maybe if we had a different word, it would be even more like weighted, to be fair.
And we also put so much pressure on love being like rose petals and hot baths and like romantic dinners, and actually
and having butterflies every time.
Yeah, and it can just be simple ridiculous. As showing up for someone or just supporting them along their journey and going with them on your own journey. Yeah. That's love, and it's being there for them when they need you.
And not abandoning them.
Yeah.
Yikes. Abandoned.
It's so brutal.
It's so brutal.
Who hurt you?
My ex. It's fine. But yeah, I think that's honestly like most breakups. That's why I'm sad, because I'm like, oh, they've chosen to like not exist in my life anymore. They've chosen to like literally not support me, not be here. And that's like a really hard thing to come to acceptance for, I think.
Yeah, well, I think the difficulty with all breakups is you're grieving. It's grief.
Yeah, exactly.
Because and it goes back to what we said earlier about trying not to get too far ahead of yourself, because you're grieving that future that you planned for yourself with that person and what you've imagined.
Yeah.
And then when the breakup, they still exist. They can still be in your life, whether that's friendship or just a memory. But you then get to that point of that loss, like in a heartache of the fact that what you planned isn't going to happen, which is something, you've got to do it all over again.
And you're like, I got to start again.
Yeah, but I love that, and I always do say that there's so much growth in heartbreak.
There is. Oh yeah.
I'm all about.
Some people have like absolutely thrived, and it's so nice to see.
Oh God, yeah, and like I'm all about throwing yourself into love feet first. That is kind of just what I trying to push myself to do more, because like I say, after my last breakup, I was very much like, fuck this, I ain't doing this again. Because that was my first relationship as well.
I think that's just such a normal like knee-jerk reaction. Like I'm definitely in that phase of just like, I'm gonna be single forever now.
Yeah.
Like won't ever live with someone
so
ever
how
again.
far into the breakup are you?
Now 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yes, speaking to people about love.
I know. Yeah, it was quite hard. Like initially, I had to start recordings, and I was like, "Oh fuck, this is going to be tough." But actually, it's been fine. Most of the people I speak to are single, and it's actually quite uplifting.
Yeah,
because my whole podcast is I want to make it about positivity.
It's the wounded healer, though.
Yeah. But I also think it's really good to talk about.
Yeah, definitely.
Because people don't. But yeah, we're doing fine. I'm fine.
You are, yeah, and it comes in waves as well.
Yeah,
people just have to embrace that. Like, you're gonna go through these stages where you feel shit, you don't want to get out of bed, and that's fine.
Yeah, you just have days where you're like, this day's a bad day, and I know that, and I'm gonna sit in it. I think that's the most important thing to know is like, it's okay to feel shit.
Yeah.
Let me just be sad.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the best advice anyone's ever given me when it comes to like emotions. Just accept them, let them come, pass.
Yeah.
Don't try and fight them.
Yourself a bath. Listen to Lana Del Rey.
If
have
you
a
feel
cry.
really shit that day, don't try and, I don't know, do something really ambitious. Just watch Disney. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, absolutely. And the thing that always helped me as well is I have many different playlists on Spotify for like, again, these layers and levels of breakup.
Yeah, like
sometimes when I'm feeling bad bitch, I'll listen to the bad bitch ones.
Yeah, nice.
Sometimes when I'm actually feeling sad again, I listen to the sad ones.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I kind of flitted between for a while.
That's cool.
And don't be ashamed if you go back to the sad ones every now and then.
Yeah,
I actually do like sad music anyway. I love it.
Do you?
Yeah, I love music that makes me feel.
I do like to do the whole looking out the window feeling like I'm in a music video.
Yeah.
Vibe when it's really sad.
Especially when the raindrops are like flying on the car window.
And you're like, oh, so sad. So emotional.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, dear. Okay. So obviously you're from Leeds.
Mm-hmm.
And we're recording in Manchester. How fun. But I wanted to ask, do you think there's any locational differences for people, specifically in the LGBTQ plus community? That's where I was going with that. I mean, it might be the same for all daters, but like the difference between London and like the Northwest.
I think it is different, actually. And yeah, so I'm in Leeds, which is still very different to Manchester.
Is it?
And Manchester, obviously, very different to London. But I think one of the things that we need to remember is you could think that if you live in Leeds, the chances are you probably know a gay that is going to want to move to Manchester or London. Okay. And that is what happens. That's like the graduation. They move to those places.
Also, there's levels of where you live.
Yeah. But like London, actually, you got to remember, we're a minority group, LGBTQ.
Oh, yeah.
So we're such a smaller fraction that the pools are smaller.
Yeah.
So in Leeds, you can't throw a stone without like hitting someone that your friend is shagged or your potential suitor
I get it, yeah.
might have hooked up with.
Yeah.
So that's always the difficulty in Leeds. Whereas like London, obviously everyone's more spread out and there's more variety. But actually when you go to somewhere like Manchester, I think it was in the census last year, the results, that Manchester and Brighton had the top 5 spots of the highest amount of LGBTQ plus people in those areas.
Oh, okay, like highest percentage.
Yeah, so Manchester had 3 of the top 5 spots.
Wow.
Yeah, and so when you look at something like that, actually, why move to London when you go to Manchester? Because there's going to be more
people that you can meet.
People in a bit of a melting pot setting. Whereas thinking somewhere like London,
so big, yeah,
it's so big. But also there's like pockets. You'll have your Clapham gays, you'll have the which I know from Alex Woolley. She taught me that, and East London gays and all these different aspects. Whereas in Manchester, they're all in the same space.
Yeah.
So all that kind of variety to spice of life.
I would say, it's quite nice thing because you don't have to kind of pick a personality almost.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I can imagine that's a bit of a fear when you move to a new city like London. You might be like, oh, do I want to be a Clapham gay? Maybe I want to live somewhere where there isn't loads of gays. Like,
people
maybe
change.
Just really like Stoke Newington, for example. Super random.
I mean, I don't know where that is.
It's like North London. Or I don't. Yeah, you just like that's where
is
you
that
actually
like more outskirts.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay,
like,
that's going to be coupled up gays that are probably in an open relationship.
Yeah. But I can imagine that's a bit of an anxiety of like, if I pick to live there, is that going to impact like my dating? Like you said, is that only people that are around you'd have to always travel to let's say Clapham, and then that would be annoying because they're quite far apart.
Oh God, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's what I can imagine is the worst part about London is travel distance. We're actually Leeds and Manchester, 50 minutes.
Yeah,
on the train.
And then you could just that's what I was thinking. You could just move here, and you could be like, I don't have to select my area necessarily.
Yes.
I can just exist in this city as a whole.
Yeah, exactly.
And I won't have to like awkwardly fit into some stereotype.
Mold, which you probably won't
that I don't
fit into completely.
Exactly, and you might not feel like you belong. And...
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's kind of the main thing is we think that you need to go somewhere where everyone is, but actually in these smaller communities, especially like somewhere like Manchester, it's so condensed that there's all those people around that you can. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was like 14% in certain areas of Manchester.
Yeah, it's really high.
Yeah, so
that's cool though.
It is pretty cool, especially you just see the scene like developing here, especially like Canal Street, which I'm sure we'll go out on later.
Yeah,
I can show you around. But yeah, it's just
me and the gays.
It's really fun, but
favorite people.
Somewhere like Leeds is a bit more. I love Leeds, but everyone knows everyone, and it kind of does get a little bit like treading on people's toes. So that's when people then start branching out to other cities.
Yeah, I can imagine that because there's nothing worse. It happened to me, like in London, I was getting to know someone and then I found out that it wasn't really my friend, but it was like one of my really good friends, her other really good friend.
Yeah.
So like we were kind of connected, but I didn't know her personally. But it was her ex, and she was actually a bit upset finding out through the other friend that he was going on dates. And it was like, it just ruined the whole thing because everyone just felt uncomfortable then. Like I just felt like it was all getting reported back and to their ex, which like you just don't want, do you?
You don't want that, no. And like, fair enough. I always think that exes are gonna snoop on your profile.
Yeah, they are. Like,
yeah,
absolutely.
All inquisitive people.
Yeah.
You know, we want to know what's going on. We want to know that you're not in a better place and that you've got downgraded.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if they have a new partner. You just want to look what they look like and have a little nose, see what they do for a job. Like, it's quite bad. That sounded really toxic.
We're all toxic in some way.
I think it's just human. We're nosy, right? And I'm slightly jealous.
Yeah, very jealous. But no, I think you just gotta go with it. Allow yourself to have those little moments, but don't let it consume you as well. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Have a look, but don't save the profile on your bookmarks.
But I can so see how people are like, you know what, I just want to meet someone that knows no one in my community and I don't know anyone in theirs, and we can just like focus on us. Yeah. Without any external drama. Because that's what all it brings is just drama that you don't need.
And I think as well, for me, it's always about trying not to introduce like friends and family. We mentioned that towards the start. You're like saying, it's committed when you start introducing.
Oh, yeah, the levels.
I'm a little bit apprehensive towards that. Because I think it adds like another layer.
Yeah.
Especially when you have like family who have like young children.
Okay.
If they might got nieces and nephews. So, you know, you don't want
to like introduce them.
Yeah. I just feel I don't want to be that uncle that is every Christmas got a new partner.
And the kids are like, where's that one gone?
Yeah. Like I cannot
because they have no
that.
Filter either. No. So they'll be asking.
Yeah. I don't want to kind of like bring people in and out lives. Not that I'm
it's funny because like I feel like people say that about their own children a lot, but I've never thought about it with I don't have any nieces and nephews yet.
Yeah.
But I do get that because they could get a little bit attached.
Oh God, yeah, definitely.
And that's a bit sad.
Yeah, it's just not fair, I don't think.
Yeah.
On some levels. But then also, you know, even with just friends, I think it's a good test to see someone with their friendship group.
I am normally in the school of thought of I like them to meet my friends quite early, like very early, just so they can filter them out.
Yes, well, I think that is more so. Well, I don't know, actually. A lot of my female friends do get me to do that in like as part of the bigger group and good read on people.
I think you can just do it quite casually as well. You don't have to do like the whole like, I don't know, just invite them along to something. It's not that deep. And if you're relaxed about it, I think they normally are too. Like it's if you like plan a separate drink, so it's all like a big thing.
Yeah.
And
but I could never do that because I don't have like a group of friends. All my friends are like little tiny pockets of like 2 or 3 people, one person, like here, there, and everywhere. So if I was to do that, one, it'd be weird because then I'd feel like I'd have to...
You'd have to negotiate.
Be the glue with all these people, like bringing them in here, there and everywhere.
You'd be like networking throughout the evening trying to make them be friends.
It would be so stressful. And I just end up forgetting about
And then it also feel like your birthday in a way.
That's why I don't do birthdays.
Oh yeah, do you not?
No way. Not a chance. I always kind of like toy with the idea every now and then, every like 8 years. But
every 8 years. So long.
But
not a birthday person.
I know. I did it this year. I toyed with the idea of doing like a friendship thing for my 30th.
Oh yeah.
And then like a few weeks before I was like, no, I can't do it.
I can't bring them together.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your podcast.
Yes, let's.
Tell me what the inspiration was for starting Queer Love Stories.
Well, obviously, being part of the LGBTQ plus community, I think ever since like growing up, I've really struggled with my own identity and sexuality.
Okay.
Anyway, like a lot of queer people do out there. And a lot of that stems from societal pressures, upbringing, and basically everyone else in your life throughout those formative years saying that you're wrong, whether it's in the news or, you know, just passing comments people say that they don't mean to be homophobic but might be, or then just outright homophobia as well, that you kind of get from such a young age. But I never thought that love was possible for me.
Oh,
yeah,
that's hard.
I never thought it because I never saw it.
Yeah,
I never saw rom-coms.
Yeah, it wasn't in the media.
No.
Accessible.
There was no like gay love stories, and if there were gay love stories, they were set in the 80s and someone's going to die of AIDS. So
yeah, that's very tragic.
Or they'd be cheating on someone.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, it'd be a scandal, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be scandaless, salacious.
And that isn't love, it's more like lust. Yeah.
It's lust. And that's the thing, they never actually touch on those emotional sides of love. And if it did touch on those emotional sides of love, it would always be one-sided.
Yeah.
There would probably be in a affair, and the other person who's not really into it would have a wife.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just kind of always saw that, and I think over the last few years, I've kind of thought, why is there such an issue in our community where we sometimes struggle to have those positive relationships?
Yeah.
And for me, it's because we don't see them. We don't hear about them. So I wanted to create a space where we could actually, on like, you know, a smaller scale of just getting people to come and talk about their positive love stories.
Yeah.
And whether that's romantic, friendship, family, self-love, community, just so we can get a deeper understanding of those people around us, and people can hear from voices they don't necessarily hear from all the time.
Yeah, nice.
So I've had like a lot of cis straight listeners that really love it because voices they don't really hear.
Yeah.
But then also within the community as well, some of the voices have been trans, non-binary, whereas, you know, like a cis white gay man sometimes might not hear those voices, and they've also said that it's been really nice to hear something about someone that's going through exactly the same
like thoughts and feelings
that I am, but in a different body.
Yeah It's really cool.
So yeah, that was just kind of the joy for it. I went into hospital this year because I had a freak accident, blood clot in my shoulder and arm.
Stressful.
Yes, and basically meant that I couldn't exercise. So I decided, how am I going to fill that time? I know, I'll start a podcast.
Nice.
Because again, like to be busy.
So you were like, I need to give myself like hours a week. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I did.
No, I think that's really nice. I like how you're providing a space for something that didn't exist for you.
And that's it. And then all the feedback I've had, and that's why I know I've been onto something, because everyone I've spoken to, I've recorded all the episodes and they've started to come out now. But every single person has agreed to do it off the back of an idea for someone with no backing.
Yeah.
Not a celebrity podcaster.
I always say that. I'm not an influencer.
I'm not an influencer.
I'm a no one, I say.
Yeah,
like, I'm
a regular
nobody.
person with an idea that means something to someone, and there's passion behind it, so people get on board and they want to do it.
Really nice.
And that's just been really lovely about the reception we've had as well from people just within the community, just saying that they feel seen in some respects as well to the stories. And actually, I'm not doing anything. I'm just facilitating these conversations until I do my own.
Like, I'm not doing anything, but you are. You're doing the thing.
Yeah, I am doing the thing.
You're doing the thing.
People are
Without
sharing their
you,
stories.
wouldn't happen. Yeah.
Until I do my own story in one episode.
Oh, you're going to do that? That's really fun. You should. I'm going to do that for my... Oh, that's a spoiler. No, never mind. Maybe we could spoil it. I'm going to do that for my 100th episode. It's going to be me. So you could write in to date me, which could go terribly wrong if I get the wrong people. But I'm really worried that people that already know me are going to write in, and then I'm going to have to do the awkward, like, haha, good joke. And then they're going to be like, not joking.
Oh. Oh, God.
But I might, we'll see.
Oh, that's exciting, though.
Yeah, but that's what I was like, I think you should do it, because I'm quite excited about my little episode.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too.
Because I keep writing out the questions and I'm like thinking about them, and it's quite fun. Okay, so on the topic of love stories, what is the best love story you've ever heard? I like this question. It's cute.
I do as well. It's really positive.
Yeah.
But I'm actually going to be a bit cheeky, and I'm going to use a story from my podcast.
Oh, yeah, well, I kind of expected that.
So, yeah.
I guess that's where you've learned it from.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen many love stories as well, but I had a couple come on, Chew and John.
Oh, cute.
So their episode definitely will have been released by the time this comes out. So that's great.
It's going to be like November.
Oh, brilliant. So they are an amazing couple in Leeds that I kind of knew from the fitness scene, like gyms. They're very like active there. And I kind of asked them to come on the podcast and hear about their story. And I'm not going to give too many spoilers, but they actually met because John arrived into a coffee shop in Liverpool one day, and it was so busy. It was raining outside.
Mm-hmm. I love it. The mood.
And there was only one seat left in the whole of the coffee shop, and it was with Chew on a table. So he went over and asked if he could sit on that chair. So I'm actually getting goosebumps. I'm actually going to cry.
So cute.
And he sat down, and they kind of like got talking, and Chew is Thai, so John had been teaching in Thailand for a while as well, so they were talking.
So they had a good connection over
like,
that.
where are you from? And he was, oh, you won't know it. It's a really small town. You won't know it. He's like, oh, no, might do. He said it, and that's where he lived when he was there, or something like fate. That. There was, I'm probably butchering this story.
No, but this is why I would get carried away. If I was in their situation, I'd be like, God. This is fate. And it clearly was.
It absolutely was fate. And so they then end up arranging a date. And bear in mind, this is actually crazy because, they're also LGBTQ. So the odds, chances of that happening, for them to be compatible.
And both single. In the same space, is
insane. And they, I think they've been together 6 years now from there. And I just found that so lovely because it actually means and just shows people that you don't need to be constantly swiping to find the love of your life.
Look around.
They can be
literally
somewhere
next to you. Yeah. I love that. I love that message.
I think there's actually a song, and this is very, very gay, but I think it's Liza Minnelli. I think there's a song she does about this woman traveling the whole wide world to find love.
Okay.
And she goes all the way across the world and meets the person who lives next door and falls in love with him and gets married. And it's just so true.
I need to listen to that song.
Always under your nose. That's what I love.
Didn't have to go all the way around the world, but I don't know.
At least you got the experience. Yeah.
I don't know.
I still see things.
Yeah, I still think looking for stuff isn't always a terrible thing either. In that coffee shop, they could have been so closed off. One of them could be having a really bad day and just being like, I don't want to talk to the stranger today.
Yeah. And speaking to a stranger is the scariest thing sometimes, but it can bring the most reward.
Yeah, which is why I don't like to be like, oh, don't look. I hate the saying of if you don't look, it will come. I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I think you have to look.
You have to take the opportunities. That was an opportunity and they took it.
These opportunities have faced you every single day, whether it's in love, work, money, whatever, they're in front of you. So you need to take them because the universe is going to give you the signs.
It can only work so hard.
The law of attraction. In the law of attraction, there is action. You have to do an action to actually receive. You can't just think about it. As well.
Okay, final bit. Finish the episode with, what is your best dating advice for anyone listening?
My best dating advice is probably going to be 2 parts, actually. So firstly, I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Throw yourself in feet first to dating.
Yeah.
Don't be scared. It is scary, but just go for it because the amount of dates that you go on, the people that you meet, it's just going to open up more. And don't be afraid to get your heart broken because you are going to get hurt. Trust me.
It hurts.
But you're not.
But it is worth it, I think.
Yeah. There's that kind of element of being indestructible. Mm-hmm. Okay, you can probably go to the pits of heartbreak and agony. You'll come through it. And you'll come through it better and stronger. And actually,
and you'll be a better person.
That growth you'll have done for that next person that's going to come along, they're going to thank you for it.
I agree. And I think you just level up your choices of like who you are looking for in a partner, like all those things. You just know, the next person you're going to date is going to be even better because you're a better version of you as well.
Exactly. And that's what we want. And I want someone to push me to be a better version of me so I can push them to be a better version of themselves. And that's kind of what I want and what I kind of imagine for myself in a relationship. And then my second part of that is you don't need to be in a relationship to do the things you want to do.
Oh, good one.
Just
don't
do
wait.
it.
I like the don't wait.
Yeah, book the plane ticket, go see the film, have the coffee, read the book, whatever. You don't need someone else to do that because actually then you're going to miss out on those opportunities where you could be meeting people that are aligned with what you want.
100%. That's so true.
Yeah.
Like if you really want to go on a trip to the Philippines, don't know, random.
Yeah.
But you could meet, your next door neighbor over there, but because you're both in that same mindset of like travel and I want to do these things, like
exactly,
you're perfectly aligned.
Well, that's it. If you
at that moment,
if you are only dating people that are real party animals and you're like, I don't want a party animal again, but you're only meeting people in bars after 2 a.m, that's what you're going to attract. But if you say you want to meet someone who's very rich and wealthy and you like to read, go to the golf club because you'll just get to read in the sun for hours on end while they're playing golf.
And just sit there having lunch and just wait for one to come in.
Exactly.
And you can have lunch together.
Yes. And he'll pay. Brilliant.
I was wondering where you're going to say to like meet these rich men.
Oh yeah.
People definitely do that in London. They go to like the specific areas, like where the city workers are, all the men in the suits.
Set your Tinder to a different affluent area.
Yeah. Someone told me this was wild. I didn't really know that this was a thing. They like set their location to like what they kind of wanted to date. So if they wanted to date someone that was a gym goer, they'd set it to like 0 and pop it like right on a big gym.
Oh, brilliant.
Like a third space, like a really nice one.
Yeah.
And then all the ones that would come up would be members of this gym.
I love that.
How crazy.
Yeah.
I thought you could do it with like loads of like members club, like the Ned.
Yes.
Soho House.
Yeah, get me in there.
Pop your location on there and you'll meet great people.
Oh, that is, you know what? If I find myself single again, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, the one in Manchester's opening up soon as well, so then you can pop it on.
I'm literally manifesting one with work, to be honest.
Yeah.
See if I can get one.
Get one.
Yeah.
You can do it. You manifest it, it will come.
Yes.
That's all I did. This has been such a great chat. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. It's been really fun.
The levels especially.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing people can take away.
No, you said loads of stuff. It's really good to take away.
Thank you for having me, and I can't wait for us to head out on Canal Street
I know.
in a few hours' time.
I'm really excited. Thanks so much for listening today, and I hope you enjoyed the first ever How To series episode. If you'd like to give me some feedback, please do. I always really appreciate it. And if you're new here and want to support Single Sounds, please press the follow or subscribe button on whatever app you're listening to. And if you have a moment, please rate and review the podcast as well. It really, really helps with exposure. And if you want to hear more from Eden, definitely check out his podcast, Queer Love Stories. I will put the link to his show in the show notes and his social media as well. If you want to follow up with him, he's such a friendly person. So I'm sure if you have any questions, he'd be happy to answer them or just, send him some love. Thanks again for listening. And I'll be back next week with quite a personal topic as I had a breakup expert on the podcast. So make sure you don't miss out on that. See you next week. Bye.